Hello and welcome to Nltv News Now. This is Imchen. I shall now read the news in headlines. Nagaland government decides to begin Unlock 4 from August 1 to August 18. Extends curfew from 8 p.m. to 4 p.m. Tobu District Demand Committee reaffirmed its demand for separate Tobu district. Request Aboy District Demand Committee not to include Tobu and Mocha under Aboy District demand. Kohima bench of Guwahati High Court orders state to provide full salary to non-vaccinated government employees. Mizoram Police files FIR against Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma and 6 other officials over Assam-Mizoram border clash. India-China holds 12th Corps Commander level meet on Ladakh standoff today. Discussion on disengagement at Gorkha and Hot Springs friction points. And now the news in details. We have a breaking news coming in from Nagaland. The high-powered committee has decided to start with a phase of Unlock 4 starting from 1st to 18th August. Other decision taken among them is that curfew timings extended from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Shops to function from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Further orders awaited to be issued by District Task Force. We have a breaking news coming in from Nagaland. The high-powered committee has decided to start with a phase of Unlock 4 starting from 1st to 18th August. Other decisions taken among them is that curfew timings extended from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Shops to function from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Further orders awaited to be issued by District Task Force. We have a breaking news coming in from Nagaland. The high-powered committee has decided to start with a phase of Unlock 4 starting from 1st to 18th August. Other decisions taken among them is that curfew timings extended from 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Shops to function from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Further orders awaited to be issued by District Task Force. The Tobu District Demand Committee (TDTC) has reaffirmed its demand for a separate Tobu district and requested the Aboy District Demand Committee not to include Tobu and Mocha under Aboy District demand. In a press release, TDTC Secretary Sangti Konyak stated that the committee's demand for separate Tobu district was for just and effective governance. TDTC said that the demand for Tobu district was a public cry for justice to fill the infrastructural and staffing gaps to improve the service delivery system, economic upliftment and lasting peace.
On 30th of July, a meeting with regard to Tobu district demand was held at Youth Hall, Tobu headquarters, which was spearheaded by Tobu District Demand Committee. In the meeting, representatives from all the villages under the subdivision were present. Alongside N. Bongkau, who is the advisor department of underdeveloped areas, ex-minister L. Siakpong and ex-MLA Nyakpa also attended the meeting besides the representative from all the civil society organization. In the press release, TDDC Secretary Sangti Konyak stated that the committee's demand for separate Tobu district was for just and effective governance. TDDC claimed that the state government posted I. Elianba Ao as the Deputy Commissioner of Tobu as early as in 1987. The committee also said that in the year 2006, Tobu Subdivision Civil Society Organization made proposal to the state government for upgradation of Tobu ADC headquarters for full-fledged district headquarters. Subsequently, in the year 2007, it said the proposal of the TDDC for two district headquarters under Mon district was the only demand included in the notification issued under Home Department Gap 1 in the list of demands for creation, upgradation and changes in administrative headquarters. TDDC said that the demand for Tobu district was a public cry for justice to fill the infrastructural and staffing gaps to improve the service delivery system, economic upliftment and lasting peace. Further, the committee stated all the relevant documents and profile of Tobu district demand endorsed with signature of village councils and other stakeholders of Tobu and Moka have been submitted to the state government. Time and again, TDDC expressed optimism that the decade-old aspiration and prayer of Tobu and Moka would soon be achieved under the leadership of Chief Minister Nltv. Meanwhile, TDDC has urged the 9 Konyak legislators, Konyak Union Mon, Konyak Students Union, KNSK Mon, Mon District GBS Association, KVCU Mon and all the neighboring brothers to extend support and cooperation towards its demand. In the meeting, the following decisions were taken. First, that the committee reaffirms its decision of demand for Tobu district. Secondly, the committee requests the Aboy district demand committee not to include Tobu and Moka under Aboy district demand as the people of Tobu and Moka are demanding separate district which is endorsed by series of public rallies at Angjangyang, Mopong and Tobu since the year 2016. It is said that Tobu was the oldest administrative subdivision in the district established. News Desk, Nltv.
Given the prevailing tensions across Assam, Mizoram and Nagaland-Assam border, a meeting is being held between the Nagaland government and Assam government. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton and Chief Secretary J. Alam met Assam Chief Secretary Jishnu Borua and Education Minister of Assam Ranuj Pegu to discuss the ongoing border issue at the Chumukidima Police House. Both parties agreed to pull back the police outpost from the disputed areas. We have an exclusive news coming in. Given the prevailing tensions across Assam, Mizoram and Nagaland-Assam border, a meeting is being held between the Nagaland government and Assam government. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton and Chief Secretary J. Alam met Assam Chief Secretary Jishnu Borua and Education Minister of Assam Ranuj Pegu to discuss the ongoing border issue at the Chumukidima Police House. Both parties agreed to pull back the police outpost from the disputed areas. This is an exclusive news. Given the prevailing tensions across Assam, Mizoram and Nagaland-Assam border, a meeting is being held between the Nagaland government and Assam government. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Y. Paton and Chief Secretary J. Alam met Assam Secretary Jishnu Borua and Education Minister of Assam Ranuj Pegu to discuss the ongoing border issue at the Chumukidima Police House. Both parties agreed to pull back the police outposts from the disputed areas. Moving on to the next news, India and China held the 12th Corps Commander level meet on the Ladakh standoff today. The Indian delegation for the talks held on the Chinese side of Chushul-Moldo border personal meeting point is led by Lieutenant General P.G.K. Menon, commander of 14th Corps. A breakthrough is expected for this engagement at Gorkha and Hot Springs friction points where PLA troops have been stationed on the Indian side of the LSA since last year. While India has been demanding that the two sides first disengage from the friction points, China has been asking for de-escalation in the region first. However, the two sides disengaged from the most contentious Pangong Lake area last month after extensive talks at the military and political levels. India has reported 41,649 fresh COVID-19 cases and 593 deaths in the last 24 hours. India's recovery rate now stands at 97.37%. A total of 37,291 patients recovered in the last 24 hours, which brings the total recoveries to 3,781,263 across the country, 8,920 active cases. We have an exclusive news coming in for our viewers. Given the prevailing tension across Assam, Mizoram and Nagaland-Assam border, a meeting is being held between the Nagaland government and Assam government. Nagaland Deputy Chief Minister Y. Peton and Chief Secretary J. Alam met Assam Chief Secretary Jisnu Barao and Education Minister of Assam Ranoj Pegu to discuss the ongoing border issue at the Chumukidima Police House. Both parties agreed to pull back the police outpost from the disputed areas. The 9th day of the Tokyo Games has so far been headlined by discus thrower Kalampreet Kaur, who has secured a place in the final. Shuttler PV Sindhu will later be in action in the women's single semi-finals, but archer Atanu Das and boxer Amit Pangal crashed out of the games. Meanwhile, India defeated South Africa 4-3 in women's hockey to keep their Olympic knockout hopes alive. In shooting, Anjum Modgil and Tejaswani Sawat failed to make the women's 50-meter rifle 3 positions final after finishing 15th and 33rd respectively in qualification. The Border Security Force on Friday shot dead 2 intruders who had entered Indian territory from Pakistan near Khalra village of Bikinwind subdivision in Tarn Taran district. Personnel of BSF's 103 battalion noticed suspicious movement around 11 p.m. between the barbed wire fence and zero line on the Indian side near the Tel Kalan border outpost. When challenged, the intruders tried to flee back towards Pakistan instead of surrendering, prompting the BSF Jawans to open fire. BSF personnel also recovered 2 rucksacks from the spot. A search operation is currently underway. Security officials today detected a powerful improvised explosive device in Jammu and Kashmir's border district of Rajouri. The IED was found planted by suspected terrorists under a culvert at Bataluni, Dilogra on Jammu-Rajouri National Highway and was subsequently defused by the bombed disposal squad of the army. The traffic on the road remained suspended for over 3 hours after the detection of the IET. Earlier, the Jammu and Kashmir police had shot down a drone carrying explosive material over the Kanachuk area of Akhnur sector. Raids are being carried out across Jammu and Kashmir at 14 locations over investigations linked to drone sightings. The raids by the National Investigation Agency are being conducted in Shopian, Atanak and Banihal in the Kashmir region, besides Jammu's Sunchwal. There have been multiple drone sightings in Jammu in the weeks, since 2 drones were used to attack the Indian Air Force base in Jammu in late June, causing minor damage to the installation and injuring 2 people. After the roof of a jail barrack collapsed due to continuous rainfall, 21 inmates of Bint district jail in Madhya Pradesh have been injured. According to Manoj Singh, Superintendent of Police, all the injured were rushed to the district hospital first and 6 of them were further referred to Gwalior Hospital. Reportedly, the prisoners were sleeping at Barrack number 6 and 7 of district jail when the roof of Barrack number 6 collapsed at 5 a.m. today. District administrator cleared the debris and rescued 21 prisoners. The jail is over 65 years old and its walls are in dilapidated condition, and inquiry has been ordered to know the exact reason behind the collapse.
आज सुबह 5:10 के आसपास जो है ये जेल जो काफी पुरानी है, इसे 1958 में स्टार्ट किया गया था, लगभग 150 साल पुरानी जेल है, जिसकी दीवारें भरभरा के गिरना शुरू हुई, जिसमें बैरक नंबर 6 जो है वो पूर्णतः ध्वस्त हो गया और उसमें 64 कैदी थे।
ये सुबह 5:15 बजे के आसपास जिला जेल में जो कुल मिलाकर 6 बैरक है, उसमें एक बैरक कोलाप्स हो गया और जेल काफ़ी पुराना जेल है, 1948 से और उसमें कुल मिलाकर 255 कैदी थे और उस बैरक में 64 कैदी थे और उसमें से 21 कैदी इंजर्ड हुए हैं, जिनको हॉस्पिटल में शिफ्ट किए हैं और इंजर्ड 21 कैदियों में से 2 कैदी क्रिटिकल है।
The Bombay High Court on Friday refused to restrain media organizations and social media platforms from publishing information related to actor Shilpa Shetty and her husband Raj Kundra, who has been arrested for allegedly producing and distributing porn films. Shilpa Shetty had moved the High Court on Thursday, accusing the media and social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and YouTube of publishing defamatory content about her on their platforms. In her plea, Shilpa Shetty had objected to certain media channels carrying news reports about her breaking down when Mumbai police officials took Raj Kundra to their residence for searches last week. Hearing the matter, Justice Gautam Patel said what Shilpa Shetty is seeking in her plea will have a chilling effect on the freedom of press. He added, reportage of husband, something based on what police have said is not defamatory. In her plea, Shilpa Shetty had objected to certain media channels carrying news reports about her breaking down when Mumbai police officials took Raj Kundra to their residence for searches last week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today interacted with the IPS probationers of 2019 batch who completed their training at the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel National Police Academy, Hyderabad. Modi laid out a mission for 25 years as the nation prepares to celebrate 100 years of independence in 2047. During the virtual interaction, the Prime Minister stressed on various aspects of policing while interacting with the IPS officers. According to Prime Minister Modi, the coming 25 years of their career will be the most important 25 years of India's development.
जय श्रीमान मेरा नाम रोहन जगदीश है। मैं भारतीय पुलिस सेवा 2019 बैच का प्रशिक्षु अधिकारी हूँ। मुझे कर्नाटक कैडर आवंटित हुआ है। मैं बैंगलोर का मूल निवासी हूँ और मैं बैंगलोर विश्वविद्यालय का यूनिवर्सिटी लॉ कॉलेज से लॉ डिग्री का स्नातक हूँ। मेरा पहला प्रथम पसंद भारतीय पुलिस सेवा था। इसके मुख्य कारण मेरा पिताजी थे। उन्होंने कर्नाटक पुलिस कर्नाटक राज्य के पुलिस में 37 साल का सेवा किया है। ये मेरे बहुत गर्व के बात है।
जैन सर, मेरा नाम रंजीता है। मैं हरियाणा से हूं और मुझे राजस्थान काडर एलोकेट हुआ है। सर, मेरी डिस्ट्रिक्ट प्रैक्टिकल ट्रेनिंग के दौरान शुरुआत में ही एक अति विषम लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन का जिले में सामना करना पड़ा। इस दौरान मुझे संयम के, स्पेशली पुलिस फोर्सेस में संयम के महत्व का ज्ञान हुआ। सर, क्योंकि लगभग सभी तरह के आंतरिक सुरक्षा के मामले हों या लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की सिचुएशन हो, वहां पर हम अपने ही देश के नागरिकों का सामना कर रहे होते हैं और इस परिस्थिति में ये जरूरी हो जाता है, अति आवश्यक है कि हम संयम बरतें। और जैसा कि सर हमारी अकादमी में भी काफी जगह हम ये पढ़ते हैं कि सरदार पटेल जी ने आईपीएस प्रोबेशनर्स और आईपीएस अधिकारियों को संबोधित करते हुए कहा था कि अगर कोई जिस क्षण एक पुलिस अधिकारी अपना संयम खो देता है, उसी क्षण वो एक पुलिस अधिकारी नहीं रहता।
जय हिंद श्रीमान। सर, मेरा नाम अनुज पालीवाल है। मैं सर हरियाणा के पानीपत जिले से का निवासी हूँ और सर मुझे केरला काडर आवंटित हुआ है। सर, मैंने अपनी ग्रेजुएशन आईआईटी रुड़की से की है। उसके पश्चात मैंने सर 2 साल एक निजी कंपनी में काम किया सर।
That's all for now. Thanks for viewing and keep watching Nagaland TV.